Hello and welcome to Cloud Perceptor channel. In this video, we are going to build a chatbot for conversational Q&A using Gemini Pro Free API. We'll be writing around 45 lines of Python code, and this is going to be a hands-on session. So let's first understand, you know, uh, what we are exactly going to do. Okay, so in the recent times, chatbots have gained a lot of widespread popularity for delivering customer service, addressing queries, and engaging users across websites, messaging platforms, and social media as well. If you are considering developing a chatbot for your service, the traditional approach involves collecting user question data and you need to train the model from scratch. However, the landscape has evolved with the emergence of powerful language models like Gemini Pro, surpassing the earlier reliance on models such as BERT. Okay, so in BERT model, what you used to do is you used to train that model and kind of build a chatbot on top of it. But using Gemini Pro large language models, you just need to write 45 lines of code and that's it, right? You that is kind of quick and easy. So basically, in this guide, we'll be demonstrating you how you can construct a conversational Q&A chatbot using Gemini Pro API. Gemini Pro stands out as a cloud-based natural processing language, which is an NLP platform. Okay, which offers diverse features for creating conversational AI applications. So these are some of the prerequisites. So to use this, you need to first kind of request the API key that you can request from this particular link. Next is you need to use Python 3.9 or later. You also see what I've done is I've used Deep Note. But if you have your own setup, you can use Anaconda and kind of set up on your local system. But I'm using Deep Note. Okay, so I will open this Deep Note. Let's first request this API key. I'll show you how you can do that. Okay, so just click on this link. This PPT is already uploaded to the YouTube video description. You can get it from there and using SlideShare. You just need to click on this link and request the API. So let's do that first. Okay, so this is the page you get when you click on that link. Okay, just click on get an API key button. Remember, you need to have a Google account in order to request this particular key. Okay, so you can create an API key in new project. Okay, or you can create API key in existing project. So I'll just click on this. It will generate a key over here. Okay, just wait for a while. So here we go. This is the API key we have received. Just copy this API key. Okay, and I will head over to the Deep Note. Okay, so in Deep Note you can kind of create notebooks and kind of run your Python code over here. Okay, so I will just open the terminal. Okay, currently my machine is stopped, so I need to start the machine again. If you leave it idle for some time, it automatically gets shut down. Okay, so you get a start machine option from over here. Just click on that. Okay, so it will kind of start the machine. And the basic plan, the free plan, it offers 5 gigabytes of RAM with 2 vCPUs, which is kind of enough to kind of run this Gemini Pro chatbot. Okay, so in my earlier video as well, which it's kind of an introductory session for this Gemini Pro, I've used the same deep note over there as well. Okay, all right. So here we go. We have received the API key, which is kind of this one. Okay, I'll just keep it here with me for now. And what I'm gonna do is I'll just set up a uh, the this you know I'll just use this export and I'll just copy it. I'll just set up an environmental variable over here, okay, which is kind of going to store this API key, okay, and paste, and that's it. Okay, so my environmental variable is now set. Okay, next what I'm going to do is in the settings, okay, I need to allow the incoming connections. Okay, so if you don't allow these incoming connections, then you won't be able to access the chatbot. So remember this point. In order to access this chatbot through a web URL, HTTP URL, you got to enable this. So I already enabled it, so you can just click on this and get it enabled. Next is the Python version setting, which is 3.9. Okay, so I'm using the default one. That's it. And make sure that the machine is started. Okay, so that's it. That's the initial setup we got to do. Next is the creation of the requirements.txt file. So here I'm using Streamlit, Google Generative AI, and Python dot environment. Okay. So yeah, once this is done, we'll just open a terminal. In your case, you need to create a terminal over here. Like let's click on this add new terminal, and that's it. It's gonna create the new terminal over here. Okay. But in my case, I already have one terminal, so I'm gonna use it. Where we have just used this export, right? The next step is to install the packages. So I'm gonna type in the command pip install and -r requirements dot txt. Okay, so it's gonna install all the packages what is required for this chatbot to run. So it takes a while to get this packages installed. All right, so that is already done. You can ignore this error, but it's good to kind of upgrade pip and then again try it. But meanwhile, the packages are already installed, so I'll just upgrade pip and rerun the command again. Yeah, that's it. All right, so this step is done. So I'll just walk you through again. What we have done is we have started the machine, we have opened up the terminal, we have set up this environmental variable over here, export Gemini API key. The Gemini API key, we got it from over here. Okay, we created this, we copied this API key, that's it. And the third step is kind of creating the requirements.txt and using the pip install -r command to install the packages that are required for our chatbot to run. So these are the steps we have done till now. The next step is I'll walk you through the code. What I have written, I've created a new file over here called app.py. Okay, it is having uh, the complete code, which is kind of 45, 44 lines of code over here. Okay, so the first step is kind of we have imported the libraries that are required. Okay, so you imported the generative AI, Google.generative AI module, okay, which provides the Gemini AI functionality. Okay, so this is the first one, uh, and the other one is like in line number 10, what we are doing is we are just configuring Gemini AI by setting its API key. Okay, so we are getting the API key from the environmental variable what we have set in the terminal. Okay, next is sorry. The next step is kind of we are initializing the Gemini Pro model for generating the responses. Okay, And it seems like we are creating the chatbot using Gemini Pro model. Okay, so we are using this Gemini Pro. Okay, over here. Next is the function over here. So this function sends the user question to the Gemini Pro model. Okay, this one you can see, right? So it is, if you see over here, right, this chat is uh, the initialization of chat. Okay, and it is setting the history as blank because this is going to be the initial session. It is invoking the send message where the question and stream is equal to true. So it's gonna stream it. Okay. This function also retrieves the response, and it's retrieved using the streaming fashion. Okay. Next is we are using the Streamlit, uh, you know, the Streamlit app for setting the page title and displaying the header. So you can see over here, right? This is the kind of page title. This is the header. Okay, and the next is kind of initialization of state for chat history. Okay, so over here we are initializing the state for the chat history. Okay, if it doesn't exist. So basically, what this does is it checks if the chat history exists in the Streamlit in that particular session state. Okay, if it does not exist, then what it does is initializes an empty list to store the chat history. Okay, so this part is done. Next is line number 30, where we are creating a text input field for the user to input a question. Okay, so when a user clicks the ask the question button. Okay, so this is the button we are also creating over here, which is ask the question. It triggers the Gemini response function. So it triggers this particular function and kind of retrieves the displays the responses and updates the chat history as well. Okay, we are also displaying the chat history. Okay, so over here the st.sub error, right? Over here, yeah, over here we are also retrieving the chat history as well. Okay, so this is the overview of the code. Okay, so in case you have any questions, you can just contact me. I will also upload this code in kind of some file sharing or Google Drive. I'll paste the link for this particular code in the description of this YouTube video so you can access it. All right. So that's it, guys. Let me now open the terminal and walk you through running this code. Okay. So 1 second. All right, so this is the command that we are going to use to run this particular application. Okay, so here we are typing in kind of Streamlit. Okay, there is some issue. 1 second. Let me just copy this and paste this again because there is a colon that has come when I copied it. Right, just kind of run it again. So Streamlit run app.py. App.py is the file we created over here which contains the source code. Okay. And the server port is 8080. Okay. There is still some issue while copy pasting. It has copied multiple times, so I'll just have to get rid of this line 2 times. All right. Okay. I'll paste it again. So here Streamlit run app.py hyphen server port 8080. The reason why we are using this port 8080 is because we are going to access it locally, not locally, but using the original URL what we have enabled it in the settings. Okay. So this application will be hosted on this particular server from localhost, and it will be served using the public host, okay, URL. The browser.server address is set as 0.0, which is kind of a localhost. Okay, so just click enter, and it's gonna show you this URL. You don't need to access this application using this URL. What you've got to do is just click on the settings, and the URL what you see over here, right? Just copy this URL and we'll be pasting it over here. Okay, click on enter. So it has given you this nice interface. Okay, this is the header. Okay, what we have set in our code. If you look at the code again, the app.py, this is the header what we see over here. Okay, just input some question. Let's say I'll ask it like, uh, okay, what is the distance? Or maybe let me ask a simple question. Where is Taj Mahal located? Tell me some history for it. Okay, just a simple question. Click on ask the question, and as you can see, the response is coming. It is coming in a streaming fashion. Okay, it says location Agra, Uttar Pradesh, history built by the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, and all that, right? And this is the chat history. It is also recording this history as well. Okay, let's ask another question. Where is Ayodhya located? Okay, so we are again asking it question. It is coming back with the response. Ayodhya is located in Faizabad district of Uttar Pradesh and all. Okay, so you can see, right, that it is also recording the history along with the response is also coming in a streaming way. So it is interacting with this, you know, Gemini model and large language model and getting the responses. So we have just written 45 lines, maximum 44 lines of code, and this is how we built a very interactive chatbot. Okay, using the Gemini LLM application. So that's it for this session, guys. I hope you like this video. Do like and subscribe my channel, and do let me know your comments. Great. Thank you. Have a great day. See you again in the next video.